Sammy!
JJ!
What's up?
Hey,
Oh,
we're at this again. How cool is that?
dude, I thought this was gonna be a one and done thing. I didn't think we'd do it again, but here we are. People liked it.
Here we are.
People loved it.
People did.
They like
People
listening
did.
to it. They
I
like-
mean, I knew I did, so
I
I figure most people had to be on the same page.
I enjoyed making it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
So, we got some fun in store today too.
yes, we do. Yes, we do. On today's docket, we not only are going to be discussing how we each got into card games, but we're also going to be discussing two new card reveals.
Two
Two.
new
Two.
cards.
Two. Usually you only get one, but because you have double the amount of people here, you get two. Two.
How cool is that?
It's awesome. And the cards, let me say, one of them is fire, and the other is ice.
The other one is pretty divisive.
I don't like it. Do not like it. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, well, this is a Wild Hearts TCG. This is a Wild Hearts TCG podcast. It's an amazing card game with a Kickstarter coming shortly around the corner. I believe it's going to be in 2 weeks.
Sounds
Dates?
right.
How do dates work? Oh no, it's
The
next week.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot sooner than I thought it was going to be. It's next week. Ooh.
I'm in.
I'm here, ride or die.
Hey, they always do cool stuff for the first 48 hours too. So you got to hop in there, go ahead and follow it, jump in the first 2 days to see what kind of goodness they're throwing out there for that this time.
Yes, and it's important to note the Kickstarter will not charge you until after the Kickstarter ends. So if you don't have the money right away, but you know you're going to have it whenever the Kickstarter, ends, go ahead.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's 4 weeks before the Kickstarter wraps up afterwards. So, and if the money's not in the account, you still have about a week or two before it just cancels your order. So that's 6 weeks.
Hey,
No excuses, guys. No excuses.
we got this. We got this. Come on in.
That being said, though, Sammy, before we started talking, before we started recording, we were literally just discussing how it's weird that I'm into TCGs despite not being into the nerd world that much. The nerd culture.
Yeah, that brought up. I asked that question and then I was like, wait a minute. Let's share this with everybody.
Well, okay, so it's really weird. When I started, when I was growing up, I was super into Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, like most kids were, right?
Sure.
And it kind of when I was in I want to say about middle school, high school, this one guy took me in under his wing, so to say, and started teaching me how to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! And he was such a positive influence in my life that it kind of like, I found a love for card games through him. And it's evolved through Magic, Wild Hearts now, Alastrals. There's so many different card games I've picked up and I've tried, and it just kind of grew from there. And it's One Piece. I mean, literally the whole thing. So it's kind of just finding the right influence at a really young time in life. I think it's all it is. I don't think there's anything else to it. It was just I grew up watching Yu-Gi-Oh! And 4Kids, and here we are.
Nice. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, you just blew my mind. I mean, clearly, I'm not super into any pop culture stuff either. If you look at my shirt or behind me or anything, I might be a blatant liar. Who knows? But so that's kind of what brought that up. I have so for me, it's kind of one of those. It's a bittersweet story now, because my grandparents have all passed away at this point. But my first interaction of any sort with a TCG for me came Christmas one year, where my grandparents, I don't even know where they found it, picked it up. Like, I'd never played anything like this before, but they saw Star Wars, and it was the 90s Decipher Star Wars CCG, like just a 2-player, one of the introductory 2-player games for that was two decks and a pack, basically. And that's what started the whole thing. I was like, oh, I can go buy more packs of this. and just never looked back. And it's taken me again through, I there was that, there was the Lord of the Rings that the same company did, Star Trek. They did their Star Wars with the serial numbers filed off with, and they lost the license. I went through miniatures games for a little while before coming back to um, Star Wars Destiny, Transformers, and then when they both died, Flesh and Blood, and then found myself to Wild Hearts as well.
Yeah, I can see why you'd be surprised then, because I mean, like, if you started with Star Wars and you like grew from there, I mean, I could definitely see why you'd be surprised that I like, I'm not super big into nerd. Not to say like there isn't a
Oh,
part
sure.
of nerd culture I don't appreciate. Like, I love Star Wars and its power scaling. I love anime power scaling. I mean, like, I'm a fan of shojo anime. For girl anime, like romance animes and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
I mean, it's not like I'm not like I don't appreciate it. It's just
Not
I can't I couldn't tell you the voice actors. I couldn't tell you the differences in like power like some like power you know systems. So and I mean
sure,
like
sure.
I'm the biggest One Piece fan, like the biggest.
Okay. So this is funny. I guess I had this same thing come up last night with a group that I play D&D with too. They were all talking anime. As much nerddom as I have under my belt, anime, it's not even necessarily an avoidance or a dislike. I've just never watched any.
Honestly, probably the same for me when it comes to like stuff like Doctor Who or Star Trek,
Sure.
or I mean, it's like I can appreciate like the positive factors it brings to the culture or to culture as a whole. But it's
Yeah.
just like it's just haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, fair, totally fair. I should be mindful of my own blind spots when I raise my eyebrows at somebody else's.
I mean, I think that I think nerd culture is so vast in what it can like covers,
It really is.
that it's really difficult to like kind of like lump it all in as nerd culture. Because I say like because this all started because I said I was going to San Diego Comic Con, and I feel like the whole impact of San Diego Comic Con is
Yeah,
kind of lost on me because like I'm there for the card games. Like I'm gonna be playing the Power World TCG. There's rumors Chaotic is gonna be there. There's obviously going to be Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. So like I'm going there with like you know the intent for card games. So like all this stuff like last year the Rookie got announced that it was getting another season. There was a bunch of other there was a bunch of other actors from different movies. Marvel was
yeah.
there. DC pulled out, I think is how it went. One of them pulled out, and the other one was there. And it's kind of lost on me because it's like, yeah, I appreciate the I appreciate the Marvel the MCU, but it's like not not to the
But
extent
I don't
that
need to go see all of them talking and get their autographs and
it's like outside of Robert Downey Jr., I couldn't tell you the name of one actor in Marvel. I mean, it's
fair enough.
and I mean like
Fair enough.
that's I guess Tom
Nothing
Holland,
wrong with
but
that.
and Zendaya, well, because Zendaya is kind of like the easy one,
That's
but
true.
I mean,
That's fair.
but like it's just kind of like the whole culture of like cosplaying. I can appreciate the costumes, but not into it. you know.
I I could be if I had a talent of my own or enough money to buy because that's my thing really. Like I could kind of do a casual cosplay. Like I got a mock-up Star Trek jacket and I just took a black t-shirt and a pair of black jeans and basically did the get up that they had in some of the recent shows. I was like, okay, I can do that. But if I'm really going to go for something that's like an outfit, I'm not perfectionistic about a lot. That would be one of them. I would have to dump enough money into it to basically have it perfect. And then I'm just like, I don't have that kind of money to dump into that.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. No, I think nerd culture is so like all encompassing that it's kind of like because I mean we didn't even touch on like the AFGC or MOBA or the MOBA world or
Sure.
the new era of mobile gaming. Like we didn't even touch on any of that for nerd culture, and it's like uh,
Yeah.
I think like me saying like oh I'm not super big into nerd culture isn't really the truth to an extent
It's not
because like
completely
there's
true.
it's not completely true, but it's like what the kind of like nerd culture when I see San Diego Comic Con, you always think like comics, superheroes, Star Wars, Star Trek. You know,
The big summer blockbuster,
yeah. You don't think like
that side of it.
card games. You don't think like mobile gaming. You don't think
Sure.
MOBAs or anything like that. You just you think of like the big things, and so
Yeah.
I feel like I was a little bit dishonest, but not really.
I get what you mean. It makes more sense to me now that we've had this conversation. So I'm glad we did.
Yeah. Which I was going to explain, and then you were like, "Hey, why don't we just talk about this on the podcast?" Yeah,
I think that's perfect. It gives everybody a little bit more about where we're coming from, the lens we're viewing everything through. I
yeah.
like that.
What, hey, anybody who's watching this, what is your blind spot when it comes to when it comes to you know nerd culture? Like, what is the part of nerd culture you know you just haven't dealt with? Like Sammy
Yeah.
said, his is anime. Mine is you know Doctor Who, Star Trek, the classical nerd culture stuff. So what is your blind spot? Like you know,
Yeah, I'm curious to hear what everybody else has.
people are going to be like, "Oh my god, I didn't even think about the fighting game community as part of nerd culture." What?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
It is wild. Like all the different, like as you kept on saying things, it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's part of it too.
yeah, and it expands like every year. Like it's constantly expanding. You know, like I think it's gotten to the point where whenever we discuss nerd culture, you can't really even leave out Twitch streamers anymore or streaming in general because
True.
it's
I mean,
like they.
even just from the perspective.
No, you're saying.
Sorry. I was like, even just from the perspective of just people, not even necessarily that are gaming themselves, or maybe they are doing reaction content, doing whatever the case may be, or just chatting with chat about whatever. Um, it gets wild. Booktube, like you could talk about Booktube, Bookstagram, like all that stuff as being a subset of nerd culture.
There's this one guy who makes TikTok shorts and YouTube shorts on mythology called the Mythology Guy, and like you know that's a huge part. That's the classical like nerd
Sure.
culture. It's like
Heck yeah.
discussing the different myths from Greek, from ancient Hellenic to ancient Egyptian to ancient Japanese. Discussing like all the different variety of myths. That's like the nerd culture. And then like as time goes on, new things like Percy Jackson are introduced, Harry Potter is introduced. Like you have those classical or what are becoming like classic era introductions into nerd culture just evolving,
Yeah.
and it's like I think like to say like oh I'm not into nerd culture is like again it's a little bit disingenuous because it's like I'm just not into this classical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm with you.
Yeah, it's I mean like nowadays like if I say 10 years ago I tell you that guy's a nerd, like the first thing in your head is either going to be like the stereotypical pushes up glasses as he goes I'm on the debate team. Or it's going to be the classical South Park WoW character. Right. But now it's like if I tell you that guy's a nerd,
Right.
you're thinking like Asmongold. You're thinking like to a certain extent, you might be thinking of like Destiny or Ninja or I feel like the like what nerd encompasses has changed so much drastically that it's kind of like
Well, and especially to some degree, the whole the again in certain sectors of it, the geek chic side of nerddom, where you've got guys like you who maybe you'll know who I'm talking about, but like Henry Cavill who played Superman and some of the stuff, like he's big into like Warhammer and all kinds of nerdy video gaming, like all this stuff. People, a lesser known name, but has popped up in a lot of stuff. Joe Manganiello, who is a big D&D player, like has looped tons of people in to play D&D with him. Like there's so many different
Was it?
things where
Isn't he Smoker in the new live action One Piece? Is that who I'm thinking of?
I don't know the answer to that question.
I'm gonna look that up. Well, you keep talking. You keep talking. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah, but like all these people, that's uh you know, a guy who's been in well, Will Wheaton kind of started that off. He had been in Star Trek as a youngster
The answer
and
is yes.
has
By the
just
way, he is. Yes.
piled do what?
The answer is yes. He is Smoker from live action One Piece.
Okay, nice. Nice. Has just piled into that nerdy side of board gaming, D&D. It's just interesting how big names have started popping. Vin Diesel got Judi Dench playing D&D on the set of Chronicles of Riddick, and then she started playing with her grandkids. Like wild stuff like that. That's just
I genuinely I love the fact that like the taboo around like openly being open into these into nerd culture has kind of been lifted, because it's like now people can like embrace their hobbies now, like newer generations as they're like growing up will see the positive influences that these shows, these series, these animes, these the positive effects that stuff like D&D or stuff like tabletop
yeah.
gaming can introduce, the lifelong friendships that can be made. I mean, I love the taboo of all of that has kind of been lifted, because it makes it to where the next generation is going to have so much an easier time being accepted and getting into events with their friends and with new friends, and creating those lifelong bonds. It's gonna be it's amazing that so many actors and so many people of like influence are taking the steps to normalize those hobbies. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just makes it easier too when I'm able to sit down with a game like Wild Hearts, to bring it back there, with my 13-year-old and be like, hey, let's play this. We've got a group of 3 dads and our 13-year-olds that are playing D&D now. It's always fun. And this is funny too, is I cannot always tell with my kid exactly what he's enjoying or not. But we were in the car going somewhere, and I was talking to my wife about Wild Hearts, about the alphas, about different cards and stuff like that. And I just from the backseat, he's like, I told him he's gonna have to. It's gonna be a long shot because these are extremely difficult. He's like, I need me an Infernander. Like I just hear that from the back seat. He's like, I need me an Infernander, and I'm like, I wouldn't hold my breath, kid, but uh-oh.
I don't know. Dang. Ooh, look at the time. Look at the time.
Wait, what are you getting? Because I'm pretty sure. Didn't I see somebody else have one?
There might be.
So what are you getting at?
There might be 2. I know I have one, but there might be 2 of them. I know that they're They're not.
I think there was only one of those. I might have for some reason I thought somebody else. No,
they're not only one. They're not only one
I'm
copy. It's one. It's for every 64 packs that exist, there is a alpha.
Didn't they say though that the watercolors of the starter ones there were fewer of them? I feel like Chris said that.
They might have. I don't keep up with the alpha talk, because to me it's kind of like it just looks pretty. So like.
That's fair.
It's like it's a flex. It's a flex. Because I mean,
100%.
If I cared about the whole alpha thing, then I wouldn't have switched into Chrism from Tornado. Like, by the way, maybe a mistake on my end, but I enjoyed it. So it was peak decision.
It was too much fun, and getting Chase's reactions to it was perfect. No,
Perfect.
I tell you what I was thinking though. For some reason, I was thinking Chase had one, but no, he was reacting to you pulling one because he really wanted it. That's what it was.
It was so funny too because I told my brother, I was like, before you leave, because it came in on a Thursday, and I was like, before you leave, let me go and get the Wild Hearts package from the mail and let's see what I
Yeah.
got. And I cracked open the first one and nothing. I cracked open the second one and nothing. And then when I cracked open the third, I was like, this is probably gonna have nothing too. It's probably just gonna be like, you know. And then like a second card, Alpha. I was like,
That kind of happened with mine too. I'll have a video of this up at some point. So spoilers, but oh well.
I wish I'd found mine.
Where I'm going through the heart packs, and I'm like, okay, this one's cool, but you know, this one's cool, but you know, it was either the next to last one or the last one that, oh, there's an Alpha Vesperoon. Okay, cool, yeah.
Dude, I started screaming. I woke up the neighbors. The neighbors were not happy with me the next day. It was funny.
Oh no.
It was really funny. I do not regret it. My neighbors are gonna have to get used to it.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't regret it at all.
Dude. It was really exciting because like again, I'm not super big into the whole like you know like alt art and stuff like that. But I mean, to like when you see that full art, it just looks the impact that the full art has. Like when you see it, it just feels different, you know. It's just a different kind of feeling, and I love it. I love it. But
it is great.
But
well,
speaking,
I'll say this real quick. If you ever decide to part with that Infernander, we can talk.
I would like Tamer challenges, please.
We'll talk offline. I have an idea.
No, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like I'm definitely down to part for it. Just the amount of cards I need at this point are so like slim. It's pretty much just exclusively this stuff in the Tamer challenges. Like
yeah,
I traded with Chase and Randy for most of the stuff I needed. So like it's just kind of like I'm limited on what I actually need now. And then I have another trade coming in the mail.
Is that right?
The whole Infernander thing. It may be the least important thing in my collection.
Ooh. Okay.
I'll post pictures of it whenever it comes in. Cause
I'm excited to see what it is.
Yes, you are. And then I sent out my Magibee in a trade too. I sent out my Magibee to Ale.
Did you?
Yeah, to Ale. Because it was.
Yeah.
It's the familiar he clicked with, and I was like, I don't want to like deny you. You know,
I can't hold this back.
Yeah, like it sucks that it's like I don't have one until Series 1, but it's like I wasn't gonna play it. You know, it wasn't. You know, like I don't like it in Series 0. It just doesn't feel good in Series 0 due to like the limited magics. So, but like, so I don't regret sending it to him.
Yeah.
But you know what I do? Fair. You know what I do regret? That we got this card to reveal, and I hate the card. I hate it. 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 And I regret that we agreed to reveal it because this sucks.
You just gotta plan around it. Why don't we show? You know.
Oh yeah, I'll just not play any aquatic creatures because this card is a brand new field, Sammy, and it is called Berry Springs. It is a field that provides 4 VP, and it has the ongoing effect of non-aquatic creatures' debut effects do not trigger in this field.
So just only play fish there. It's fine.
Sammy.
Yeah.
The penguin is aquatic. This is a war crime. I can't play the penguin in this field.
No. You can play the penguin there. His will still trigger.
Oh.
It's non-aquatic.
I love this card so much. This card is so good. Yeah. No, I still don't like the card. It's a floodgate effect. I'm not a big fan of floodgate effects. I do think it's cool that it does provide like that huge impact, But it's kind of like Crag in the fact that like it's just one of those
Yeah.
cards where it's like I don't think most decks can justify this.
Check out this. So this is the alternate art version of it that we got. How pretty is it though?
It is very pretty. I do like it. I do
Like
like it a lot.
that's a good looking field.
Yeah, it sucks that Ignition can't be played into the field though.
I buy that.
It sucks that Chrism can't get its block into this field though.
Yeah, that does.
I think that's a good reason to not like the card, Sammy. You can't. Chrism can't deploy to it. Can't deploy to it safely.
That's true. That's true.
I've gotten him to come around on my side of the argument.
Well, I just gotta find a way around it. I just gotta find a way around it. We'll get there.
Hopefully we get there. Hopefully we get there. Or just kick it. Just leave it kicked.
Or just kick it.
Yeah, just kick it.
To be fair, I probably will not be kicking very many fields with the fact that I usually play beefy things. But
it's starting to look like I'm probably won't either, because right now, like the combination of Turtle and Snydro, it's just so good. It's just so good.
Yeah.
But
I like it.
And then with Badoo and Snydro, ooh, I might have to get used to kicking fields.
We'll see. I might get there one day. I'm not there yet, but I might get there one day.
I mean, you're still on Glaciafly and Chrism for your two, right?
Is there anything else?
It's Snydro.
Okay.
Snydro. Hear me out. KO an ally.
Okay, fine. I don't hate it. I'm with you.
Now, we did get a second card durability.
Now, we're on the same page on this other card, though.
I do not believe that there will be anybody who will I think this is the first time where I have seen a 3-cost card and said it's going in any deck I can put it in.
Yeah.
This effect is so good. I have it pulled up right now, and it is.
Yeah.
Oh
this
my god.
Surging Charm.
So
hey, this is gorgeous too. This is another spectacularly beautiful.
B, it is also a magic and an item. So Shadood will get a benefit from this. It is magical, so a lot of the new support that we've been getting will also get a benefit. And then its effect is probably one of the single strongest effects that will get undervalued by many people. So
I think so too.
Start off, it returns each of your familiars to your bench. That sucks. But then it allows you to deploy each of your familiars. So it not only returns everything and allowing you to get your debut effects again, it also allows you to re-put them into different positions. It does not lock you into a field, and you do not have to put them into the exact same field that you remove them from it. Mm-hmm. So if that just did it at a 3-cost, it'd be too expensive. I think it it should be a 2-cost if it just did that. But it doesn't do just that. It doesn't.
Freaking ongoing.
It leaves itself in play and has the ongoing of during the scoring phase, your creature with the highest power in each field has +2.
And that's creature.
In each field. Not just
that's
one.
That's not saying familiar. That's not saying ally. That's saying creature per field is +2.
It is a generic +6 across the board.
Yeah.
And you can play it as early as turn 2.
So, granted, I didn't have your strong dislike of the field of Burberry Springs.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like, oh, that's a really pretty card. That's kind of neat. That's a different field, sure. And then I saw this one.
Yeah, this one, we had to wait for approval for this one. This one is just...
Oh, crap. That's a card.
Perfect.
And I'm the person, I have currently, at this time, played every style at least once
Oh,
except tactics.
let me
And
correct.
I'm like,
I did say something wrong. I did say something wrong. So I said you could play this as early as round 2. You could actually play it round 1 because you can go Lucky Hat
I was lucky hat.
+6 across the board
Whole game.
for 4 rounds. That's
Yeah, this card's fantastic. Because not to say that it won't come, but at least as far as we've seen so far, there's not any removal for this sort of thing, is there?
no. And Lucky Hat also does the same thing as staying in play. So upgrade to
Yeah.
Lucky Hat. After you use it the first time, it goes away. This just stays. There's no way to remove it. There's no way to get rid of
Yeah.
it. It's just there.
Now, I have to think that if we start seeing things like this with powerful ongoings like this, that we'll probably start to see some item removal.
Yeah, probably something that'll like turn it into a token or something similar. But
Sure,
like,
sure. But
yeah,
for right now, it ain't there.
this is one of the single strongest cards in the game right now. Like, I know the devs say that there are cards, like there's no objectively better cards. I do not see a world where this card is not in every single tactics deck. I think the power that it brings and how far it sets you behind by not playing it is just so drastic that you always have to play this card. This card must see play in every deck.
I'll admit my ignorance at not again at the only thing I haven't used is tactics, so I can't completely say that, but I have a hard time not thinking that I would put this in almost any tactics deck I made at this point. Because I'm even thinking if I had to like, okay, if I'm playing tactics special, if I'm playing Glaciafly, I want this out there. If I'm playing Chrism, I want this out there. If I'm playing Infernander, beefing that up, I want this out there. If I'm playing Kindolf, I want this out there because it's an item. So at first it triggers his boost, and then if he keeps on boosting, makes him even stronger.
It doesn't target it, so I don't believe it would trigger the boost.
Ooh, that's a good point.
But then again, yeah.
But like, to your point, Shadoon still.
Yeah, Shadoon still gets the benefit. Hydrophon would get the benefit. We saw like
Hydrophon, that's a good one. I
an
wasn't thinking there.
entire new wave of Magic support is coming in Series 1. An entire wave of Magic support is coming in Series 1 so far. And a lot of it is tactics or special. So, I mean,
This is gonna get wild.
yeah, I gotta say, I heard it.
Love it.
No, I think this card is undeniably. I think the only reason as to why you wouldn't put this card in most tactic decks, there's a very limited amount. Like if you have a different 3-coster, where I would say like this wouldn't go in there. Like if you're playing Judge's Decree over this as your 3-coster, because you can't really afford a lot of 3-costers, in my opinion. But I think
How many do you typically run 3-costers or 3+ costers? None at all.
Oh, nah. With the last event, I played Volt Rock as a one of, but that was only because I was playing Slam Attack, and I needed a 1 copy of, and nothing else felt good to only have 1 copy of it. So I was like, I'm gonna go Volt
That's
Rock,
fair.
and that way, if you were to Volt Rock me, then I'd have the response for it.
See, I'm a big Volt Rock fan.
It's a very strong card. I think the amount of resources that it takes to play a 3-cost card, it has to win the game immediately. And there's still ways to play around Volt Rock. I mean, like there's hidden powers. There's hidden powers. There's reset spell. There's shaper magic. There's a lot of different ways you can. Now you can re-debut a Glaciafly and reset something, removing all the stats that it gained. I mean, you can special attack token to remove the block that you give something. It's so easy to manipulate power in Wild Hearts that I feel like the 3-cost that essentially ends your turn, it just isn't worth it in my eyes. Like if you're playing a lot of ramp, I can definitely see it. But if you're just like playing like a generic deck, I just can't see Volt Rock being worth it over the majority of the times. Versus like Judge's Decree, which just
I mean, I would argue. I mean, that's true. I mean, Judge's Decree, I would argue, is a better finisher.
yeah. There's just some games where your opponent just can't pass. Has to pass with you getting initiative. Like there's just some games where that has to happen. It's not fun when it happens, but it's like sometimes you just have to let your opponent have initiative. And if you're doing it in Frosty, it sucks. But it's like, well, it's either I lose this round because I took initiative, or I lose next round because I gave you initiative. It doesn't feel good, but like.
So what about Unity Tactics?
I think Unity Tactics is solid, but I don't think every deck can play it.
I would agree with that.
I don't think most decks I play or I've built could play it because of the amount of the low amount of allies I play. A lot of
you've got to be pretty wide.
Yeah, because I mean I think the last one we play the last event the Roost webcam, I think I was playing 6 total creatures counting my familiars. And that's exactly how many that I would need to trigger the secondary effect of
right, which makes it tough to pull off.
Yeah, so I could get the 6 power from it, but at that point I'm better off just playing Bull Rock.
Yeah, I had it in my deck for the Midland event last year, but I haven't been playing it in the Roost.
I think
go ahead.
I think decks like Trossum, which creates mirror image tokens, I think it could play it very well.
That would be huge.
I'm gonna turn off the Surging Charm. I think this card is insane. I think we're both in
Why?
agreement this card is insane. I don't.
It's a great card.
I would be amazed if somebody disagreed with that take. I know the devs are gonna go like, no, it's not that good, but I mean, like, guys, there's a reason it has this rarity. There's a reason.
That's a good card.
Yeah, oh, that's an IR. Oh, never mind. It's not rare. It's just IR.
Who knows?
It's gonna be the highest rarity. Like there's, it's definitely one of those cards where it's like you can read it and you'll be like, okay, that is mythic status. Like that's highest rarity status. That's ultimate rare. That's ultra rare. It's the highest rarity in set status. There's no. If that's not the highest, it's such an insanely good card. Like genuinely, I think there's not going to be many people who disagree with that outside of
it's a common.
Devs.
It's a common.
It's a common. Everybody's going to get 7 copies. It's a common, guys.
No, I'm excited. You mentioning Trossum gave me that's a deck idea. Okay.
Trossum with Chrism. I think Trossum with Tornado is probably pretty viable. Like Trossum, and then Tornado can move the tokens around as it sees fit.
Yeah, I feel like as much as I love Chrism, I do feel like at that point I would have to try something else with Trossum. If I built another deck, I think I would have to go completely new familiars.
Hear me out. Speaking of new familiars, hear me out. Snydro. I love Snydro.
I don't think I hate that either.
It's weird. It's gonna be awkward because there's no like passive movement on any of your familiars, so you don't have guaranteed movement outside of your inspo. But there's a lot of movement inside tactics, like a lot of movement inside tactics.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the worst, and you're also going to be playing the charm, which allows you to redeploy.
There's decent movement in Might too.
There is. I'm just saying.
Yep. I like it. That's definitely a thing to consider. Ooh, this is gonna be fun,
dude. I'm like brewing with I'm brewing with the amulet right now, and I'm like, what is a combination where I could play Snydro and amulet? And it sucks because it locks you into like one color, or it locks you into one combination. But like also, it doesn't suck because you could go Vesperoon and you can go Crocian, and then you can go Vesperoon. You could go Crocian. You could go. Oh my God. Ottle. No, Ottle's not. Um. Eh. I think the amount of movement in that situation would probably be pretty limited. I don't think there's much movement you could do in that. I'm trying to think of like things that move, and tactics might. I can't think of any debuts. Can you think of one? I can't think of one. Because Crocian moves an ally.
Man. Yeah.
I can't think of one.
I mean, it's not the Tornado switch, but
you've already locked in.
Yeah.
You're playing Tactics Might. You're playing Snydro.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, there's
Amulet to
Amulet.
play this to play the Amulet to play the new charm, and then you get to move Snydro after triggering your Vesperoon debut ability. On an Ignition, that powers up the Snydro. I don't know, man. I'm gonna make it work. I don't know how, but I'm gonna make it work.
There's a way. There's a way.
There is a will, and so there is a way. I think it's like it's almost there. It's almost there.
Yeah,
almost.
You just gotta play it and figure it out.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the deck building after this.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get the deck building after we actually reveal the charm and it's put into the deck builder. Because like I think there's a deck there. I think there's a deck there with Vesperoon. And I think it works well with Crocian and Ignition, which is 2 out of maybe like 5 familiars that I need to add in, or 5 allies I need to add into there. Then I just need to figure out Lucky Hat, obviously, amulets, strength training, so that we can give actual power bonuses to the Snydro, so that it actually has the ability to KO easier. It's almost there. It's almost there.
It's almost there. It's almost there.
Yeah. So
there's something to test. And it is close by. And
that's the start. And then, obviously, you have to play Shadoon. You have to play Hydrophon, because like you're playing like combo-y decks, so you have to play those two. There's something there. We will get there.
I like it.
We'll get there. And then you have to play Ottle, because it's a KO ability, and KO abilities just feel good. Yo, that's all 5 familiar. That's all 5 allies. Oh my God! Wait, can we be working 2 more? I don't know. I'll get there. I'm gonna stop.
I out of curiosity, I had to glance too, and I was like, yeah, no, there is.
Is there really no move-in whatsoever?
No.
No? Oh no. No. Please tell me you're lying, right?
Not. I mean, there is nothing.
How about tactics? Is there moving tactics? Mirror image.
I mean, again, aside from amulet.
No.
But like on allies, no.
Oh, illusion.
Oh yeah.
Illusion, and it
Hydrophon's KO.
Illusion, and if you're playing it with Vesperoon, Illusion allows you to grab back. It allows you to grab back something. It allows you to grab back the Lucky Hat that you used to play the charm, and then you can charge it as a resource on your next turn to draw cards, or use it to lower cost of cards. Yes.
Hidden powers. Not an ally, but a tamer card.
Ooh. Drill attack. Allows you to bounce something and then also move.
Oh, that's right. How did I slide past that?
Ooh.
All right. See, there are options here.
There's options. Yeah.
Things to work with.
Vesperoon Snydro's real. And it's made even better by charm. Yeah. Hidden powers, yeah, we said that.
There's not much yet. Yet. We're early yet, though.
Oh, and if you're losing every field, just fan mail. And then in Might we have Ignition, which allows you to power up your things. We have Balance Orb, which allows you to power up things, and also with Shadoon, Sylph Amulet. Might has nothing. Why does Might have nothing? Hot take.
They're supposed to be strong, not fast.
Ooh, Sealan. Sealan allows you to move. Because you played the charm. Yeah. You played the charm. If Sealan is in your field, it allows you to move.
I did miss that on Sealan.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. I think that's it. I think that's it, though. I don't think there's anything else. It's Sealan and Amulet, bro. But I think that's all you really need. You don't need much.
You're gonna have to
like.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
I mean, that's. I think that's actually 30. That has to be around 30 cards, like roughly, like just off of what we said, like Drill Attack, Illusion, Crocian Adult, Lucky Hat.
It's gonna be pretty close.
That has to be around 30 cards. Fan Mail, obviously, and then Crowd Roar for Might, and then because those cards are just staples. Those cards are just good. Strength Training, Ignition, Shadoon, Terrachik because you need the protection. Sylph Amulet. Yep. Then you go Sealan, Slam Attack if you can work it in there. And then that's gotta be at least 30 at that point, or around 30 at least at that point.
It's very close.
You'd be looking at like throwing in Giant Growth at that point, and then to round it off. It's gotta be within range.
I wouldn't be mad at Unity Tactics in that one either.
But you know what this entire list says though? This entire list, it all falls apart if you're playing Burberry Springs. So don't play this card with this deck.
I mean, there you go. Don't play it with that deck.
Yep. Here is a good reason not to play this card, because it messes with my fun. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. I had to work it. I had to work it. No.
And mess with his fun.
No. What? My fun. My fun. I think this deck is also super weak to Crag, though. I think Crag hurts this. Actually, no. You're playing a lot of movement. I don't think Crag impacts the deck whatsoever.
Whatsoever.
It limits
a little strong.
It limits the early turn plays. But I think once you hit the mid to late game, I think at that point, like when you're in round 3, round 4, I do not think Crag matters.
You're probably all right.
Like the amount of movement you have, I just, and then also not having to put as much power into Crag itself because of the charm. I mean, you have to see the charm to make it work. But
yeah.
I think you're playing Alistair's guy. That's a Seek 4. You have a wide variety of range to go into your deck. Giant Growth lets you to draw 2. Obviously, you're playing Crowd War, so it gives you a draw option as well. I mean, I think there's a lot of diversity for it.
I have to ask you this. How much did the Wild Hearts team pay you to try and talk me into playing something other than Chrism Glaciafly?
Okay, so what happened was Chris said, "You're always so negative about cards. I need you to glaze something." So I'm glazing Snydro because I love it so much, okay?
I respect that. That's fair.
I think it's just this is such a cool deck concept, and I mean I've limited myself a lot on deck building, and so as I'm learning looking at different styles, I was looking at playing Ferocity the other day, for Christ's sake. It was I was like, I just want to get out of my comfort zone. And that really is what like got me to decide that I just don't like ferocity because I just it's just
So
ferocity seems so disorganized. I just don't like it.
I'll shoot straight with you. I had the opposite experience fiddling with ferocity.
See,
I
okay, go
I
ahead.
just started fiddling around with it a little bit, and I'm like, I don't hate this actually.
See, I don't like Skyson or Infernander. I love Rapture. But then once we go to the KO effects, I think the KO effects are kind of limited. Like there's only like what, 2 KO effects in Ferocity right now?
I
If I've counted.
really like Infernander. I'll shoot straight with you there.
Yeah, there's only 2 KO effects in Ferocity right now. Like, and for its entire shtick being around sacrificing your own creatures or destroying your own creatures, it feels very limiting, especially because the
Well, what are you
options.
partnering with it then? That's the question.
Well, I mean, I think that's the thing is it's like it just if I have to go into another color to get the benefit of being actually playing Ferocity, I feel like okay, Sacrificial Bond for example, right? Foxtail
Yep.
Necklace does functionally the same thing without replacing the card or sacrificing a creature,
Sure.
right?
Yep.
So it's you're going -2, or I guess you're going neutral. You're going neutral because this itself is becoming a resource. But you're sacrificing a card, sacrificing a creature, drawing a card. That's you're losing board presence. Your benefits are really limited on what you're gaining. Like for example, Gel Ice and Amputor are the two you'd be sacrificing in Ferocity itself.
Sure.
That's that's or you're sacrificing Latticeer, which is cool, but Latticeer itself gives you a minus card advantage. Um, so I think
I would have to actually sit down and play it. I don't hate the idea. Now, I played Might Ferocity with the deck I built, which was kind of a janky build, admittedly. I'm kind of looking at
I think
Ferocity Special.
I think Ferocity's strongest like advantages it has going for it is that it's not its creatures. I think the creatures are all kind of like mid. I think it's all the tamers. I think every single creature you could find better versions of them in other decks. For example, you can't even play Gel Ice in webcam events. Like it's literally banned.
Right. Yeah.
So I think when it
For the
comes
record, the reason for that, for anybody who's watching and doesn't know, the reason it's banned is because you have to take a random card from their hand, which is a little bit tricky in webcam.
yeah,
That's the reason it is not available there.
I think it's just the utility that comes from the tamers or the from the tamers that makes ferocity so good. I think the only exception would probably be Silfunk. I think Silfunk is the Silfunk and Rapture, but then again, Rapture also
I was going to
relies on
say
your
Rapture.
it,
Yeah.
it also relies on your opponent like like not having a specific card type.
Yeah. I I like the idea of both Iguana and Croc, but they are also very peculiar, and I don't know how I like them in practice.
Yeah, I agree. I like the concept of them, but I feel like in practice they just will suffer, especially considering it's a 4 drop. In terms of
Yeah,
Aguada,
yeah,
and then Croc, you're drawing the same amount of cards. If anything, it's not going to mess with
yeah,
your opponent's plan, and like the amount of filtering in Wild Hearts, you're realistically going to be drawing a very similar looking hand. Especially at like you're playing it round 2. If you're playing round 2,
yeah,
your opponent has like maybe 20 cards in deck after you shuffle their hand back in.
yeah,
If you're playing it round 3, your opponent will have maybe 18, maybe less, depending on what they're playing. I feel like it's very. It doesn't do much. It
and a
doesn't.
7 power Guardian's rad.
A 7 power guardian is rad, but like also you're giving up initiative. Like there's hardly a world where you're like playing Croc and then like you're giving up the
Yeah,
response. Not
yeah,
initiative. You're giving up the response period.
yeah. I
So,
buy that.
like, and in Judge's, I guess if you're playing Judge's Decree and you draw it off the crock, I guess at that point you don't really care if you're sacrificing response period. But you have to be playing like, okay, I'm gonna crock, we shuffle back our hands, and then I'll just simply draw Judge's Decree. And then I'm
Yeah.
okay with sacrificing response period. And that just feels so circumstantial, I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
And it would be, I feel like it would be a little bit different too if it were a put your cards on the bottom of the deck and draw that many cards.
Yeah, because then you can
Shuffling
factor in
in
for not
adds
drawing
that.
those same cards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of Ferocity. It's just
Like I say, I like the idea. I'm just not complete. Now, the flip side of it is if you're out there and your opponent clearly has a plan and you've got like 2 cards in hand or less, and you're just like, I don't even care.
yeah. That on the flip side of it, yeah. In that case, yes. But I mean,
But that's admittedly a niche situation.
yeah. I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of Ferocity. I think Magibeat might change my mind. But I also think that again, it's the Tamers. It's the Tamers hard carry Ferocity. Momentum Shift obviously being like one of the strongest effects in the game right now.
Yeah.
Just outright, like just one of the strongest effects. Like I'll bounce your Glacial Fly back and take all of its power bonuses. I would never do that to you. I would never do that to you. I would never. Because I would never play Ferocity.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Fair point.
You doubted it for a second, and then I said that, and they're like, okay.
No, yeah.
No, I do have I would have a build I want to talk to you after this. Remind me to tell you about the build because I think it's the most hilarious thing on the planet. So I don't know I don't even know if it's legal. I think I have to talk to the judge, but yeah. But yeah, I think the new charm. I think it changes the game entirely, though. I think it adds a level of viability to tactics that makes it contest with special, in my opinion. Like, and
I think the charm's spectacular, and I think everybody should bring the springs to play against you.
No.
Did I say that out loud? Oh man.
No. Me walks up with an aquatic deck.
Bring the springs. That'd be wild. Yeah, you just come up with I planned for this.
Yeah, you thought you had me? Nah, I had you. We made an entire podcast episode talking about how I didn't like this card. And guess what? I'm playing it too. No, I was
about to say how much aquatic is in Ferocity. There's not much.
There's not much.
Had to look.
Aquatic is very aquatic is a very limited subtype.
For now.
Yeah, for now. But it's just one of those things where it's like
I mean, at the moment, as early in the release cycle as we are, a lot of things are pretty limited at the moment. But
oh my god, there's only 2 familiars that are aquatic. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do you know what the best part is?
One of them's Tornado?
The 2 allies? The 2 allies?
Oh.
The 2 allies that give you special attack tokens? Both aquatic!
What's a special attack token? I've never heard of those.
Oh, well, okay, allow me to tell you. So basically, there's 0-cost cards that are shuffled into your deck, and they are tokens that give -1 power to an opposing creature, and then allows you to draw the card to replace itself.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. It only removes block, reduces the amount of gains that you get from positive effects, limits the amount of control that a Glacial Fly can have over the game.
Yeah, it's in seriousness, it's one of those little things that in the right deck can be a menace.
Yeah, and I mean, like, once you consider, like, all the cards that give you access to them, Pangus gives you 2, Moonlight Orb gives you 2, and replaces itself. Enchantress can give you up to 4. It's one of those things that's you're gonna have consistent access to a large amount of them as long as you're able to consistently play cards, or if you're combining it with something like tactics, which can re-trigger the abilities with Vesperune.
Right.
I mean, and then if you're using the Roost as your field, and you're putting Vesperune in the Roost, you can trigger it again. Whew. So good. So good.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, it's good. It's one of those things you do have to have the right build though, because there are certain decks that having that extra card shuffled in could really kind of muck with the consistency of what they're trying to pull.
I agree.
But that's a a play style thing.
But also using the same like thing I just said with Vesperune, right? You have access to Alistair's Guide. You have access to Reset Spell inside Special itself. You have access to a wide variety of things, and you can give -1 to something and then Reset Spell, and then grab another special attack token to reset it. I mean, off the Reset Spell. There are options.
There are absolutely options, 100%.
Now that being said, we have been talking for over an hour now.
What?
Yeah. The recording says an hour and 5 minutes. I think
that can't be right.
I think part of that was because it started a couple minutes early.
That can't be right.
When you're having a good time, you lose track of time.
That is true.
So,
and I was having a good time.
Now, so that being said, though, guys, again, if you guys think that there's a part of nerd culture that you've just haven't paid attention to or didn't realize was a part of nerd culture until one of us mentioned it, tell us down in the comment section and tell us what you guys think about this charm and this stupid field. Leave the charm up on screen for a second.
Delightful, wonderful field.
And then here's the field. Let me know what you guys think about these cards. Let us know what you guys think about these cards. And tell us what decks you're excited to build from Series 0 so far. Because Series 1 so far. Because I got to say, Tactics Might looks so much fun right now.
Yeah, we spent some time nerding out over this. I'm excited to see what comes together.
I gotta say, I was at work whenever these cards were sent to us, and it was like a rush. And I read the charm. I sat my phone down, and I was like, "Wait, what did I just read?" I was like, "Wait, hold on."
That's the right reaction.
It was like, "Oh, cool." Wait, what?
I'm sorry, what?
It was like 5 minutes later. I was like, "Wait a second, what?"
It's like, oh, that's real. Hold on a minute.
I was like, "That's cool. That's cool."
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm really excited to get deck building with those cards. I cannot wait until they are in the mod until they are in the deck building, because I really want to jump into deck building for it.
But that Kickstarter, one last time, it's going live soon.
I believe
hit it up early.
It was April 28th, correct? It's
I think that's right.
That sounds right to me. It's either April 28th or April 26th. One of the two.
But that's coming up. It's get your chance to hop in and pick that up and get in on this early.
Yeah, because again,
get some bonuses.
The first 48 hours, they like to do special promos. So, you're never going to know what you're going to be missing if you don't jump in the first 48 hours. We should have full details of that by the time that it is the next
The 28th, I double checked.
The 28th, okay. So we will have to do an emergency episode the day before for all the details that are being announced. Oh, wait, the 28th, Tuesday. Oh, yeah, so we'll have to do it on Monday, an emergency episode on Monday. So keep an eye out for that, guys, where we're going to break down every single thing with the Kickstarter. Yes. That being said, though, guys, I have been JadeJonny.
Sammy Graham does TCGs.
And we're going to see you the next time on the next Rambles.
Woo!
Woo!